Yes, hello guys, it's Tom. Welcome back to a brand new video and a brand new episode of my Moto3 rider career here for the finale of Moto3 and the finale of Season 1 and the end of my Moto3 chapter, as I will be moving to Moto2 hopefully next season if I get a good contract offer. So this is going to be a very different episode, and hopefully we can make it work. We are racing for the championship, so there's a lot of things going on in this episode. Obviously, a possible new bike from Moto2, moving up a category, and also the World Championship is at stake. Me versus Nicolo Bellego, 2 races to go. So, first race on the calendar, the first race to kick this episode off is going to be Sepang, and then we'll move over to Valencia for Cheste for the Circuit Ricardo Tormo as the venue to end the season. So, we're going to go, first of all, across the world to Malaysia to end the Asian season, you could say, the non-European season, and then we're going to come back to Valencia. So, without further ado, let's jump into qualifying at Malaysia. Right then, Sepang, a track that I know very well from obviously F1, and the tracks that I know from F1 seem to really help me, and I'm really good around them. So hopefully this one's no different, and we can have some good pace around this very nice track, and hopefully we can try and once again get ourselves on the front row of the grid, because that's the best we can do right now when we're fighting for the championship. So, without further ado, let's jump straight into qualifying. Okay, I'm on an absolute tear around this circuit. This was built for me. I mean, 1.4 up in the third sector with only 2 straights to go. I think this is going to be basically Phillip Island all over again. Can I just bag it on my first attempt, just because of the fact that I just know this track off the back of my hand, basically my eyes shut. We've got one more corner to negotiate, which is the final corner. Missing the apex a bit, but I'm going to squirt the power on a little bit earlier, try and pick up the straight line speed. And here we go, then out the final corner. Let's run it to the line and see what the lap time is. The pole time is a 2:15.8, and I'm going to do a 2:15.1. And there you go. That is pole position. That has to be pole position for the Malaysian Grand Prix in the front row of the grid once again here in Moto3. And I think this category, and this motorbike in this class, is something that I'm more than used to now. So that is going to probably be pole position, but we're now going to move into the final qualifying results. So there we have it then, first place ahead of Mir and Aaron Canet, Nicolo Bellego down in P5, so he's going to be the one to watch out for in the race tomorrow. But first place, couldn't have asked for a better situation for the race start, other than maybe Bellego being a few places further down the order. But other than that, that's a really good qualifying session for us, and we need to try now and convert this pole position into a race win for the race.
Everything's ready for the race to start now. We're just waiting for those lights to go out. The riders will take these last few seconds to focus on the race ahead.
Right then, the second from last race of the season, the scene of the infamous accident between Rossi and Marquez a few years ago. But here we go, 4 red lights, and it's lights out and away we go. Going to try and get a good start straight off the line here. Going to cut over to the inside of the track, pick up a little bit of slipstream possibly, and make my way into turn 1. I want to try and re-inherit the race lead. So here we go then, going to look for the break point, try and gap the inside of Canet if possible. Taking a very shallow line into turn 1. We've made it stick. We've got Martin up my inside. Going to switch it over now for turn 2. Bellego's up into 2nd place or 3rd place now as I re-inherit 1st place. Now on the power, getting out of turn 2, down turn 3 here. Let's try and get the gap out to these guys. I feel confident around here, so what I've got to do is to do what I do best and hope for the best in terms of Bellego not getting too high of a finishing position, because we need to finish outside of the top 2 in one of these 2 last races in order for them to win the championship, even if I win both races. So it's going to be hard. We're going to try our best though, but like I said, even if we win both races, Bellego has to finish one of the 2 races outside of the top 2. I think this race could be over pretty quickly. There are a few races where I felt I was dominant, as I do around here. 1.6 seconds to Canet already in P2. Bellego is nowhere to be seen in terms of the top 3. So if I keep this up, I've got this race. So just got to keep it going. But right now, I feel absolutely untouchable around here. Bellego is now up into 2nd place. He's overtaken Canet. So that's not a good sign for me. Bellego's making the moves, and he's doing what he has to do to win the World Riders Championship. So all I can do is hope that these guys behind him get a move on and try and get past him. As I go on to the last lap of the race, Bellego is in P3. So I have to wait and see how that unfolds. But right now, things are looking good for me, as I've just completely got turn 1 all wrong. But I've got such a big cushion that there's absolutely no worries. I need Bellego to just not finish in P2. As you can see, he got overtaken by his teammate Migno there briefly in the bottom left. He's now re-overtaking him for P3. Those 2 just switching positions, which is good news for me. But when I cross the line, I need to hope Bellego is not in 2nd place. Okay, onto the final back straight. I think Bellego's in 2nd place as Ertel makes a move on Migno. All we've got left is his back straight, so I need to hope that they get up the inside of Bellego into this final corner on the final lap of the race here. all I can do is hope for the best. Those two are switching positions. Balega's still in second place, which is annoying for me. All I can do is hope for the best. But either way, I'm going to win my third race in a row as we come across the line. Balega's gone down to third place as his teammates have overtaken him across the line. I've won the Malaysian Grand Prix, and the question is, did Balega finish in third come the end of the race? I'm going to have to wait and see. Yes, he did. P3 for Balega. That is massive, and his teammate cost him second place. So that is huge for the championship, and I'm still in first place. So that's going to make things very tasty going into the last race in Ricardo Tormo in Valencia, because the gap going into the last race of the season is 3 points. So in other words, whoever finishes ahead of each other pretty much wins it. So it's gone down to the wire. It's me versus Balega for the final race of the season. Right. It all comes down to this. This is the last race of the season, and oh boy, it's tense. It's going to get interesting. It's the final qualifier session of the season, so let's get straight down to it and see if we can try and bag ourselves one more pole position in Moto3. Through the third sector, split on my lap. I'm currently fastest. I've got a little bit of traffic to negotiate with Pagliani, and it's just going to put me off my lap a little bit, which isn't ideal, so I'm just going to try and stick behind him, maybe line him up for a move, possibly down the pit straight, because he's costing me a lot of time, so I really want to try and get past him, but I've had a pretty poor exit out of there, so I don't think I'm going to go fastest, but hopefully in the second lap I can try and nail it and get myself in first place. I'm 8/10 up, but this guy is just holding me up. It's annoying. I'm just getting it all wrong. It's not good for me at all. I think I've lost it in the final sector. Then again, I've had a really nice final corner, so I might be able to save this. If I pick up his toe, this might just save the lap. So here we go then. Just going to pick up a big toe all the way to the line and hope that it's done enough. And yes, it has, just by 0.2 of a second. But yeah, that's going to be, I think, the end of it. And it's pole position for now. So I think that probably will be pole coming into the session. So not too shabby of a lap then. I think I'll take that. The main thing is obviously Balega. We need him to qualify far down the order if possible. Okay, this is the lap. I've managed to improve and keep going. So I've got past a bit of traffic, that Pagliani guy, and I'm still improving. So this could be the lap here. We're going to run it up to the finish line. How have we improved? We don't have the slipstream at last lap, but yes, we have by half a second. So there you go. That is exactly how much I lost behind that guy, because I was 10th up in the third sector and I gained 4 in the final without the slipstream. So there you go. It just shows how much I lost last lap. But that's going to be a pole position here for the final race of the season. And there we go, officially confirmed pole position at the Circuit de Ricardo Tormo, and Balega is in P7, so he's a little bit far down the order today. So the last couple of races he's qualified 4th and 5th, I believe, but today he's P7, so that could promise to be a pretty good one for us. So hopefully we can try and convert the pole into a race win, and hope Balega doesn't chase us, because as long as we win this race tomorrow, we're the world champions. So let's go into the race.
Here at Valencia's Ricardo Tormo circuit, everything ready now, and in the riders' minds, there's room for one single thought: getting to the finish line first.
Right then, it's the final race of the season here at Valencia. 4 red lights for the final time of the season, and it's lights out, and away we go. Let's try and floor it, get a good start, and make our way down into the first corner here, and try and have a good run. I'm going to try and make my way to the inside slightly. I don't want to get hung out to dry by all these bikes down at my inside in turn 1. I'm going to just have a little bit of argy-bargy with these guys, not let them, you know, muscle me off the racetrack and just get me out of my way. So let's just sit behind these guys. The main thing is Balega can't be ahead of us. As long as he's not ahead of us, chances are we'll probably win the championship. So the task is simple: just look ahead and not behind. So let's try and pick these guys off one by one, and try and put some space between myself and Balega in these 6 laps of the Valencian Grand Prix here, and see what we can do. Mir's had a really poor exit out of there. That's going to allow me to get up the inside of him here, and also maybe Frenati as well on the brakes into this next left-hander, running it nice and tight and narrow. Oh, a little bit too much on the curb there. Squirting the power on around the outside of Frenati, and then this will become the inside of McPhee if I can pull it off. Just going to run it a bit tight, a little bit of contact. We've made it work. Luckily we haven't fallen off the bike, so that's very fortunate. And we're back up into second place, so we can now go and chase after Connect. The main thing is Balega doesn't seem to be making any moves just yet, so he's sitting back where he is. McPhee gets up my inside there, just barging his way through. No problem though, because we're not in a position to need to fight him too hard, because Balega's not making any moves. He's way down the order, so if this keeps up, we're comfortably the world champions. So we just got to keep doing what we're doing and make sure we don't fall off. That's the main thing, so just take it easy. Right, we're going to get a run of McPhee through here. Balega is making his way up through the field. He's in P5 now, so I've got to respond by making the move and just guarantee my position. So there we go, up the inside of McPhee, made it work comfortably, but Lega's not too far back. There he is, he's in P5, so he is coming, he's on his way, he's making his move, so we've got to time to perfection and overtake Canet when we need to. McPhee back up my inside once again. I'm going to try and go around the outside, but he's just got the better racing line, and that's going to demote me down to P3 for now. But Lega's still not in P4, so that's a good sign. So got the inside of McPhee, just returning the overtake, but he returns it once again, so could be a little battle between me and him here this lap, as I got the inside once again of McPhee. Running a bit wide there, just the track sort of just scrubbing me out, just sliding out onto the AstroTurf and the gravel slightly, so we kept it going. We're going to come to the finish line shortly, and there'll be 2 laps to go after this, so it's unfolding nicely. I just need to be close to Canet, and then when I need to time the move, I'll time the move and get past him, because the difference between me and Canet is 5 points, and that guarantees me the World Championship, so that is the golden position that I need to just have within my reach and overtake when need be. Okay, we've got a good run on Canet here, right up his chuff, and I wonder if we can make a move possibly on Canet here sometime soon, because we just caught onto his rear tyre, so we've lost a bit of time, but we are right on the back of him. McPhee's looking to get in on the act, but Lega still isn't in P4 from what I can see, so that's good for me, but I think I'm just going to get past Canet and try and stretch the gap, because that guarantees me first place. I'm not going to try and play it safe, because that can always bite you in the behind if you're not careful. So I'm going to try and push now after Canet with 1.5 laps to go, and just try and take the race lead and just try and win this race, because it's too risky relying on Balega not getting the position that he needs. So let's just crack on now and make the moves that we need to make. So here we go on the brakes. I'm going to go up the inside of McPhee, nice and aggressive. There we go, nice stuff. Just got the power on. McPhee's not going to go back up my inside, I'm not letting him. And now we're going to get a good run through here. I'm pretty damn good through this section. We're going to get right on the back of Canet. Just going to sit behind him for now. Going to pick up the traction. I'll take the sort of narrower, shallower line through there. And now we're just going to sit behind him. We're going to go into the last lap of the race. And I'm going to make the move. And I feel all the time is appropriate. I think maybe turn 1 could be a good option for me. So I'm going to stick with Canet here. Stay right on his rear wheel. Just drop it a gear through there. Drop it another gear. And then one more. Get the nose in. Got the power on. Good exit. There we go. We're right on the toe of Canet. This should be a fairly comprehensive overtake. There we go. Look at that. Straight line speed. The gearing on this bike is actually working beautifully, and it's done me a big favour. Now we've got to try and slow down the brakes in time and be aggressive enough to not let them get back up my inside, which is what Canet has done anyway. So a good move from him. Fair play to him. As we go into the last lap of the race, I can't see behind me now. They're a little bit too far behind, so it's pure guesswork now, so it's getting tense. It's the last lap of the race. I can't see where Balega is, so there we go. That's confirmed it. Martin's 4th, Ertel's 5th, so Balega's not even 4th or 5th. He's probably 6th. So we can play it safe for now, but I still want to try and get 2nd place, because 2nd place would definitely help for just the overall points at the end. So let's try and stick behind these guys. Last lap of the race, last lap of the season, so let's try and get nice and close to them. Stay with them. I know the section of the track where I'm good at, that sort of chicane. So as long as I'm on the back of McPhee through there, I've got a good chance of making a pop and getting past him. McPhee seems to be getting close to Canet as well, so he might drag me up to him. And who knows, we might even still win this race as I run a bit wide through there. I'm going to pick up the bike, pick up the traction, skidding the rear tyre. This is the part where I know I'm good at, so we're going to stay flat out through here and use my speed difference by getting up the inside of McPhee on the brakes. Up the inside, there we go. Nice overtake, up into 2nd place. Balega's still not in 4th or 5th, so it's looking good for us right now. We're running a few more corners left to go here. Let's just keep it going. Running it a bit wide through there. Canet's going to get a much tighter, nicer line through there. I'm going to still stick with him though. Let's see how good we are on the brakes. Can I challenge for a race win here? Through the final corner, picking up the traction. I don't think Balega is in a good position, so I think this might be the World Championship as we come across the line to finish the race in P2, and now we wait. Has it been the World Championship? I think it might be. There's Balega in the distance. He's miles down the pack. So I think we've done it. Yes, we have. Balega's 9th. So we are the World Riders Champion. And what a race. And what a scene to do it in. And wow, what a performance. And what a turnaround in the season. It's been exhausting, but we finally pulled it off. And wow, we're going to go up to Moto2 as the Moto3 World Champion. So there you go. Fantastic stuff here at the Circuit Ricardo Tormo, and we're going to just jump into the final driver standings to see how things shaped up at the end of it all. And so looking at the World Rider standings, I'm the only man to crack 300 points, 10 points clear of Balega come the end of it all. And that is going to be the World Riders Championship for me. And also looking at the Constructors, Mahindra finishing P3, only 13 points behind Honda in the end. So I tried my hardest. I got 303 of those 307 points, so that says everything you need to know and where my potential lies and why I'm going up to Moto 2. But anyway, that has been in Season 1 in Moto 3, and the next time you'll see this series or another episode of this will be in Moto 2 in the mid-class category. So hopefully we can get a good bike, and fingers crossed we can have a promising season.